Hey there viewers, SunGod2009, another video. What I have here is a typical Emachine. Emachine, don't know if you can see that. Emachine ET1161-05. Now this isn't your just typical computer that you would use at home. Well, this is one of those low performer computer, and I know what you're gonna think. Well, what's the big deal about that computer? What's so special about it? Since it's such a low performance, why do you have it? It's a piece of junk. In all cases, it's quite true. It is a piece of junk, unfortunately. But again, it's probably worth the upgrade for this thing. The motherboard upgrade, because I did find out the back panel is removable, which means I can do a motherboard swap. So this isn't really a typical throwaway computer. This can be reused if you want to. This tower, put something awesome in. No one's gonna care, as long as you have a computer that'll work for you. But anyway, why am I doing this video? I want to show you something first. And the ruckus you're hearing is the kitty named Pepper. Say hi, kitty. Hey, hi. Hi, kitty. Kitty. Hi, Pepper. You. Isn't he a good... Oh, see, he's fast. He can't help but play. Play, 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 play. That's all this cat is. Oh, see that? Look at that. Look at that energetic boy. He runs all over the place. He can't help it. Let me try something. Shit, come on. See, that's how he plays. He's hunting. He's hunting. While we're waiting for the slow pewter to boot up, let's keep our eye on this little guy. And he's probably gonna attack my feet like always. Oh, yep, I was right. What do you gotta say for yourself, you mean little kitty? What do you gotta say for yourself? Oops. Yep, that's how you know he's playing. He's ready to play. Ah! Catch the prey! Ah! Ah! Anyway, the computer is finally booted up. I'm doing this video for a specific reason. Notice something wrong? Yeah, it's just a task manager. Are you sure it's just a task manager? Take a good look. Versus, look at mine. Wait a minute, what's up with the graphs? The graphs look completely different. Well, I'll tell you what's wrong. On my gaming machine, you already know mine is a hex core. So it's 6 cores. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cores. According to the badge on the Z machine over here, it's an AMD 64. AMD Athlon 64. Supposedly, in the marketing space, if you were to sell this, one of the best lie you could cook up is, well, it's a dual core. No, it's not. It's not a dual core. This is a single core processor. Now, this thing did get a few upgrades, of course. A few, not a lot. And I'll show you. Yes, it has 4 gigs of RAM. Even though this thing doesn't come with 4 gigs of RAM, it comes with 2. It has 4 gigs of RAM. And the hard drive did not change. There was a 160 gigabyte hard drive. There is a 160 gigabyte. It's a Hitachi drive. But then I also put a 120 gigabyte Seagate hard drive. And yes, I don't like Seagates. Personally, I have issues with Seagate. They don't last very long for me. To some of you, they might, but me, no. I never liked them. I always recommended Western Digital. Yes, there is a Western Digital hard drive on here too, but again, for you guys, Western Digital is the best way to go. So there's 2 SATA hard drives and 2 IDEs on here, really. I took away the DVD drives because I didn't think they were any important. So that's how I am. But why am I doing this video? The purpose of this video is to show you what the performance is like on this computer. As you can see, it takes a lot longer to load, to open up things, especially for a single core processor. Usually you would expect like a lot of multitasking and stuff like that. Well, guess what? This computer is not built like that. It's not designed that way. This is just designed. This was the old, back in those times, back before dual cores came out, this was the way to go, really. This was your standard computing. Well, actually, dual cores did come out, but it's just that when you buy computers like this, well, don't expect it to be a dual core, since this is an AMD. So, I apologize for the background noise. That will be Eon Rizo making all that noise. But anyway, yeah, it not the fastest, unfortunately. So I'm gonna try. It's not gonna do much, but I'm going to try and upgrade it a little bit to a dual core. Maybe squeeze a little performance out of it. At least it'll respond a little better. Just to do a benchmark, I am going to use a timer. And I'm gonna make a screenshot of it, and I'm gonna put it up to show you what it looks like within this specific time, and then we'll go from there, and I'll show you how well this thing runs. And then once we put a dual core on here, we're gonna see if we gained anything. That should be interesting, shouldn't it? And no, I'm not going to show you how to put a dual core on this. If you've seen my Intel video upgrading from Pentium 4 to Pentium D, well, same concept. You can do that the same thing to this computer. It's no difference. If you've seen my building my gaming computer, which I'll also put in the link in the description below, well, same concept there too. Nothing different. You're gonna find in certain videos it's not different. Nothing is different about putting a processor on a motherboard. So there's no need for me to re-show that video. But anyway, I'll be right back. And shutdown time is not that bad. It's pretty good. I'm going to keep a benchmark of the time, and I'm going to leave it as a screenshot. So please give me a moment till I get back, and we'll go from there. Alright, I'll catch you on the flip side. Yo, Dokusei, in case if you're watching this, yeah, that's how much dust you had in your case. And you look like your thermal compound's wearing off too. Man, dude, Gotta clean her up and just upgrade this thing, and we'll go from there. So I'll catch you right back. Video update. A new processor is installed. It's an AMD 64-bit times 2. It's a dual core. And also an upgraded fan. Here's the original fan that was in this machine. I mean, it's still alright, but it's kind of dirty and it's far past its use. So, the bigger the fan, the better. And I think this computer is going to do fine. So I'm going to plug it in, do another benchmark. Then I'm going to let you guys know how well this thing does. So again, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So let me show you the results first. Let me show you how well the performance is now that I'm going to turn it on. And then I'm going to show you the results that I got out of doing this test. And no, I didn't cheat. I didn't be incompetent or anything. I'm going to show you that this is actual proof that it's true. It did what it's supposed to do. And why single core processors suck. Why they should not be selling them on the market for a low price. They should be selling dual cores for a low price. So here we go. Of course it's going to take a while, and I know what you're going to say. Well, if this thing has an SSD, it would boot faster than this. Yeah, that's true. But I don't feel like spending a whole bunch of money on an SSD. But my focus here is on the CPU. How well will this thing multitask when it comes to a CPU? You saw how this thing ran when it had a single core. So now I'm going to show you how it runs when it has a dual core. And you'll see a big difference out of it. Minus the hard drive performance, that is. Yes, it's idling a little high, but it's alright. But yes, as you can see, the one before, it was single core. Now this is a dual core. This machine never had a dual core. Now it does. And not only that, I don't know if you noticed, look at the RAM, man. It used up a little bit of amount of RAM now because it has a dual core. Before that, it eats up a lot of RAM. It went up to about, what, 50%? Which is ridiculous. So this goes to show you that there's a drastic improvement here. Now it's not going to burn up a lot of resources. So let's see. So what does this really mean? This means this machine's going to run, it's going to perform a lot faster than it did before. It may not do it fast as an SSD, but it will run fast. Mark my word, it will run fast. It will do the job a lot better with dual core enhanced. So here, let's open all these up. See, oh, look at that. See that? See how quick that was? Oh, hang on. I'm about to take it back. It's probably still loading like it always does, and now it's just saying it doesn't count. Oh, here we go. Maybe I should have waited for this thing to finish loading. Maybe install new Windows. Well, I'm going to give it a new window installation again. I'm going to reinstall Windows 7. I'm not going to show you that because I've done it before and there's no point in doing it again. But this goes to show you that it works. Dual core is a bit of an improvement than single cores. Now it's taking a sweet little time again, it's probably because of the hard drive. The hard drive access time isn't all that great. If it was an SSD, it would run a lot better than this. I know. My grandma can walk faster than that. So let me switch over to the screen capture mode, and I will show you the results based on my own test. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here now. Now, as you can see, here's the data. So from the single core, as you can see, the startup time was actually 2 minutes and 13 seconds. At the time it takes to load, of course. That's what actually happened. And Explorer, as expected, you know, it's supposed to be 1 second, of course, to open, which it did. It did that pretty well. Open browser, it took 45 seconds to do it. Now I know what you're gonna say. Yes, this is because you have a hard drive, not an SSD. But beside the point, can it open like it should? Can it open quickly when it comes to a single core? Not really. Even if you got an SSD, it's not going to open as fast as you thought it would be. And then, of course, open all simultaneously. That means open all the applications simultaneously, like this one. See, I open the Explorer, open the Media Center, open this, open this, open this. You get where I'm going with this. So that took 1 minute to open. 1 minute for a single core to do. It takes a lot. And not only that, while it was doing it, it was idling at 100% while it's doing it. That's telling you it's eating up so much resources. And not only that, it has to borrow a lot of resources from the RAM itself. It would be, so in other words, if this was sitting on 100, then you would see the RAM usage would go up and up and up, because that's where it would have to borrow most of its power from in order to make it go faster. So that's the downside of single core processors. And of course, shutdown time is 41 seconds. 41 seconds. Now, yes, again, I know what you're going to say. It's the hard drive. You need an SSD. An SSD will make it run faster. Besides the point. That's besides the point. I'm focusing on the CPU. I understand about the SSD. We can worry about the SSD later. This is just a test. So stop worrying about an SSD coming on here and there. Okay? Okay. Now, moving on. Sorry about that. Moving on. Dual core. Startup time. 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's a bit of an improvement. Do you remember what it was on the startup for the previous one? Yeah, that's right. It was 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So it's about 1 minute and 10 seconds behind. Well, 10 seconds increase, which is not bad. Minus the hard drive's performance, of course. But then, same as always, the Explorer, which is like my computer and stuff like that, that took 1 second to open, like it should. It always should open up 1 second. If it doesn't, well, there's something wrong. That's telling you that you may want to start cleaning your system. You may want to start closing some of your programs out, and that should fix the problem there. Then open the browser. Open the browser. I apologize. Startup time 1 minute 40 seconds. Open Explorer, that's 1 second, as it should be. Then open the browser, that will be 25 seconds. Leave me alone. That will be 25 seconds. Then shutdown time, that would be 13 seconds.
That's an improvement. What did it say before that? It took 41 seconds to shut off on a single core processor. That's an improvement right there. And of course, while this thing is idling, meaning like nothing is open in the background and everything is just staying subtle, the processor idle should be at 0%. Before that, it was on a single core, it was 100%. That's where it was staying. Now, of course, if the update service is on, it will be around 51%. But I didn't put that there because I shut the update service off. Same thing on the other one. But it just to show you, goes to show you that dual core, when it comes to certain of these machines, is the best way to go. Time to get away from the single core. Single core is not really worth the money, and if you're going to stick with the single core, then I wish you luck. Your best thing you can do with it is check emails, watch movies and stuff like that. You're not going to be using it for games or anything. Dual core can be somewhat of a helpful choice, but again, it depends on you. It depends on what you prefer. So I hope this video has been quite of an education. If you have any question, leave it in the comment below. If you have if you like this video, hit the like button. If you wish to subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to subscribe to my friend Dokusei Toxic channel and never miss another video. Alright, see you later everyone.